Police say the boy's father, Hans Walters, a Metro lieutenant, shot his son and his wife, Catherine.
Oh my goodness.
Now investigators are trying to piece together exactly what happened.
January 21st, 2013. A quiet morning in Boulder City, Nevada. The sun had barely risen when a chilling 911 call came into dispatch.
911, what's the address of your emergency? And what's the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
On the other end of the line was not a panic victim, a witness to a crime, or someone desperately seeking help. It was the killer himself. The caller calmly identified himself as Hans Walter, a veteran police lieutenant with more than 20 years of service. What he told the dispatcher would leave investigators, fellow officers, and an entire community stunned. He had just murdered his 5-year-old son, and he had no intention of surrendering. This is a story of one of the most shocking family murder-suicides in modern law enforcement history. A respected officer. To those who knew him professionally, Hans Peter Walters appeared to be a respected member of Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. He had spent decades working his way through the ranks and eventually became a lieutenant, supervising patrol officers and helping lead one of the nation's largest police departments. His wife, Catherine Walters, had also worked in law enforcement in the past. Friends described her as caring, intelligent, and deeply devoted to her family. Together they were raising their young son, Maximilian, also known to family and friends as Max. From the outside, they appeared to be a normal family. But investigators would later learn that life inside the home was far more complicated. Michelle reportedly suffered from chronic neck and back pain. According to reports, she had undergone medical treatments and relied on prescription medication to manage her condition. Chronic pain can affect every aspect of a person's life, from sleep to mobility to the emotional well-being. After the murders, Hans would claim that he killed his wife because he believed she was suffering. But investigators found no evidence that Michelle wanted to die or asked for such an outcome. Those who knew rejected the idea that her life was hopeless. To them, she was still fighting, still living, still being a mother. The morning of January 21st. At some point that morning, investigators believed Hans entered the master bedroom and shot Michelle in the head. She died inside the home. What happens next would make the crime even more heartbreaking. Their 5-year-old son, Max, was reportedly sitting in the living room watching cartoons. Like most children his age, he was likely focused on the television, unaware that his world was about to end. Hans then shot and killed his son. The child had no chance to defend himself, no chance to escape. Within minutes, an entire family had been destroyed. Then came the call. Rather than fleeing, Hans contacted emergency dispatchers himself. What makes the recording so disturbing is not only what he says, it's how he says it. The veteran officer reportedly spoke in a calm, measured tone. There was no screaming, no panic, no frantic attempt to explain away what had happened. Instead, he matter-of-factly admitted that he had killed both his wife and his son. He claimed he had ended his wife's suffering. He acknowledged killing Max. And before ending the conversation, he reportedly asked God to forgive him for his sins.
911, what's the address of your emergency? And what's the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
My name is Hans Walters. I work for Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I just shot and killed my son, Max, and my wife, Michelle. And I killed her because she's in such chronic pain from her neck and back and on more medicines than she's not going to survive. And we were both seeing therapists and psychologists in Boulder City. And I feel terrible for doing it.
Okay, and you...
Please don't interrupt me, please.
Okay.
I've also set the house on fire. And if the fire department comes to my house, because there's a fire hydrant right in front of my house, I'm going to open fire on them. So I have to wait till the house is burning, and then I'm going to shoot myself, okay? So
okay,
I don't ask me any questions. This is real. This isn't a joke. The fire alarm's in the background is because I set the garage and the bedroom on fire. My wife's in the bedroom. I shot her in the head. My son, unfortunately, is in the living room watching Oswald, and I shot him in the head, too. And
For many of the listeners who had heard descriptions of the call, the calmness is what makes it so haunting. The voice of a man who appeared to have already accepted what came next. After the murders, Hans set parts of the house on fire. Investigators believed he hoped the flames would consume the home and destroy evidence. During the 911 call, he reportedly warned that he would shoot police officers or firefighters who attempted to approach the residence. Responding officers rushed to the scene. As smoke rose from the home, law enforcement surrounded the property. For a brief moment, officers reportedly saw Hans standing in the doorway holding a handgun. Commands were given, but he did not surrender. Instead, he retreated back into the burning house. Moments later, a gunshot rang out. Hans Walter had taken his own life.
The Boulder City family hugs each other close. They look at the memorial for a little boy who died here.
It's kind of hard as a mother, to see something like this happen.
Megan Adams says her daughter Kaylee went to school with the 5-year-old boy named Max Walters.
He was bright. He was a good boy. He was very smart.
Police say the boy's father, Hans Walters, a Metro lieutenant, shot his son and his wife, Catherine.
Oh my goodness.
Walters then set their Boulder City home on fire and turned the gun on himself.
I just want the family to know I'm so sorry this happened.
Judy Mason lives across from the home on Esther Street. Flames charred the garage and the roof caved in. Crime tape still surrounds this home as police finish up their second day of investigation.
In the aftermath, investigators searched for a motive. Why would a veteran police officer murder his wife and child? Authorities examined several possibilities: financial stress, family pressures, emotional struggles, Michelle's ongoing health problems. But despite extensive investigation, no single explanation ever emerged.
Carrying out evidence that might give police clues to find a motive.
I'm just hoping that they had some good friends that maybe knew maybe something that was going on.
Neighbors say the Walters were a quiet but friendly family, and even though neighbors didn't know them well,
This is our card, and then that's our candle.
they're heartbroken over their death. Henderson Police is the lead agency investigating this case, and now investigators are trying to piece together exactly what happened. Walters was a Metro police officer for more than 20 years. His wife served 13 years with the department. Reporting from Boulder City, Victoria Spilabati, Channel 13 Action News.
Like many family annihilator cases, the tragedy appeared to be a result of multiple factors, conveying into a catastrophic outcome. The exact thoughts running through Hans Walter's mind that morning died with him. The murder sent shockwaves through the Nevada's law enforcement community. Friends and co-workers struggled to reconcile the respected lieutenant. The man they knew was responsible for such a horrific violence. For many, the hardest reality to accept was the death of young Max, a child whose life ended before it had truly begun. The case became a painful reminder that personal crises can remain hidden beneath the surface, even among people whose careers revolve around protecting others. More than a decade later, the Hans Walter case remains one of the most unsettling family tragedies involving law enforcement. A respected lieutenant, a devoted mother, a 5-year-old child, 3 lives ending inside a burning house on a cold January morning. The questions linger. Were there warning signs? Could anyone have intervened? And what was happening inside Hans Walter's mind during those final hours? Those answers may never be known, but the tragedy serves as a sobering reminder that sometimes the darkest stories are not committed by strangers. Sometimes they come from people nobody ever suspected. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the Redacted Tapes and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. This has been Redacted Tapes.